Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor, and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. And so tonight we have the Aeon card. Okay, this one is beautiful. It is full of all kinds of Egypto symbolisms, and you can see here we have Horus in the middle, sitting enthroned in his fully grown at the prime, right? Then we have the child, okay, doing the shh symbol. And this is every time I know I have to say it, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna mispronounce it. Harpocrates. Oh, I can't say it. I always call them Harpocrats because I just can't. I can't say it. But my husband, he has taught me more than once. It is not that, Lenor. Harpocrates? Harpocrats? I don't know. Whatever. Yes. It is the child version of Horus, okay? And holding the finger to the mouth like this is a sign of secrecy, right? So, what does this card kind of mean? I mean, there's more to it. We also have Nuit at the top, who is the mother of the sky, the cosmos. She's actually kind of more in line with the grandmother, I would say. And we see the grandmother of the sky, right, in various cultures. So what is this card really about? In my opinion, it really is about the mystery beginning to show itself to you. Now, it might not be showing you the whole dang thing, but this is at least the beginning of initiation, right? And what does that look like? Now, you might actually go and join some kind of grade system and get initiated into, whatever the occult or religious system might be. But this also could be like suddenly you're starting to notice that things aren't as they seem. There's something hidden behind it all. You're starting to see that the waking world is maybe a veneer to something deeper, to something more profound. And what is that? I don't know. Do you? We're going to find out. No, I don't know if we'll find out today, but it's something, right? So I feel you in this awakening. And that's what this card always makes me think of, okay? Is to be initiated, to begin to see. There are patterns, there are sacred symbols, there are sacred numbers, synchronicities, all kinds of stuff. All kinds of wonderful little, what are they called? Easter eggs in life, right? Now, we're going to spin this thing. We're going to hit that little, the top of it. We're going to just scooch over. Come on. We're going to knock 3 times, lift it up, and we'll see what these tea leaves are going to show us. I want to look at this really quick. We have a face here, and it might, I don't want it to move. I want to see if we can see it. It's going to be hard to lift it without the water kind of. Okay, here we go. Right here. This face. Please, 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 please. Let's see if it, there it goes. Right here. Eyes, the nose just moved a little bit. Nose, mouth, okay? So as soon as I pick that up, I'm seeing that we have somebody coming through. It feels like a feminine energy, middle-aged, I imagine. Now, I don't get the feeling that this is somebody who is necessarily transitioned, that they have passed. I actually feel like this is somebody in your life who you maybe are estranged from, or for whatever reason you just haven't spoken recently. And I don't know that they are the type of person that's going to take the initiative to get a hold of you, but I feel like there's like a calling out for you. Like they're in distress, okay? I'm almost wondering if this is like a sister, a mom, somebody that feels like family. But I almost feel like you've been feeling kind of and I'm thinking of like waves hitting against the wall or something and just splashing up. It feels like that. Like you've been getting these little hints of, maybe I should try to call them, or I'm going to go look at their Facebook. I'm going to go see, like, have they been on there? What have they been posting? You know, that kind of thing. And it just feels like this intense thing. So if you know who I'm talking about, if you can think like there's a few people or there's one person or whatever, call them, text them, check in on them. If you are no contact with them, you know, have somebody else kind of do some research, finding out how they're doing, what's going on with them. Because I do feel like this is something that's going to impact you, not just emotionally. I think it's a deeper thing than that, and it's more pervasive in your life. So it will affect different aspects. So I do think that getting ahead of it as much as you can. Okay, now let's go ahead. We're going to just go ahead and look. And I've seen that we have the repeating GR. And where is the other one? There's a smaller GR that I saw and then I lost it. Where did you go? Oh, is this one it? Yeah, there it is. GR. So we have GR at least twice. Okay. We have the number 8. We have circus tents right here. We have hunters up there. We have a large capital A. Oh, we have 2 8s. We have an 8 here and an 8 here. So it could be 88 or it could be a repeating 8. I feel like there's this real call towards fantasy. We also have like a Pegasus right here. With the circus and the Pegasus, even with the hunters kind of, I feel like you've been living in your daydreams a little bit. Maybe you've been reading a lot, watching movies, that kind of thing. I feel like you're in a really creative period, Sagittarius. I almost kind of, it feels so familiar to me. This feeling of like life, the monotony of things, just getting to be almost too much. It's like if I have to live the same Groundhog Day, right, over again, I'm going to lose it. And yet, you know, it's like maybe I can't afford to go on a trip. Maybe I can't afford to miss work. Maybe, you know, it's just, I can't think of like, what should I do instead, right? How should I break this up so it doesn't feel so monotonous? And honestly, and I know this sounds silly, But this is something that I've done for myself, and I do it with my daughter quite often. The idea that life is an adventure, right? When we are getting ready, packing up to leave for the day to do errands and, go somewhere and go to the grocery store and, whatever. We always think of it as an adventure. I have to, because I don't want to do chores. I don't want to go grocery shopping. But if it's an adventure, if I'm being a brave explorer, then hey, right? So I feel like, to me, now it doesn't have to be that you're an adventurer, but, or, an explorer of some kind. But a feeling of going into the world knowing that there's going to be weird stuff to see, that there's going to be a bit of a circus feeling. And if there's not, creating one, right? Making a game of things. Now, I'm not saying play games. That's something else. Don't play games. But making a game of life, right? Enjoying your little moments. Allowing yourself to have awe, wonder, excitement. Also, I feel like there is a sense of almost kind of feeling like you are not being appreciated. And I think that's like an underlying thing as well. And I feel like you get into these like crummy places in your mind where it's like nobody cares that I am absolutely working myself to the bone to make everybody happy, to make everybody, comfortable, putting food on the table, making sure the lights are on, going out into a world, a job that maybe isn't your favorite, and yet nobody even notices how much of yourself you are giving them. Okay, so I feel like we all get to that point, some of us more than others. So what do we do? And I feel like it's about celebrating ourselves, being the ones to talk ourselves up. Sometimes I'll tell myself, hey, good job, good job. Like I talk to my daughter, sometimes it is like, I'm really proud of you. I'm proud of myself. I got all my chores done today. My husband must think I'm so ridiculous sometimes. I'll sit next to him in the car and be like, I'm really proud of myself today. I folded all the clothes. I didn't leave half of them. I folded all of them, but you have to sometimes, if we can hold our breath for the rest of time waiting for somebody to, pat us on the back and tell us we did great, more than often, or often more than not. I don't know how I'm supposed to say that. It's not going to come. But if we start saying it to ourselves, if we start giving off that energy, I notice in my household, and I don't know about many other people's households, but we're really a family of like gassing each other up and saying, oh, you did a great job on that one. I really thought that was cool. And and it's contagious, right? I think that, I notice anyways, when we have people come and visit and they're probably like, what the heck is going on here? These people are very insecure. They're always complimenting each other and themselves. But no, it's not. I think that, that positive reinforcement is, it really is very helpful. And I notice that by the time our guests are leaving, they're kind of having the same kind of vibe, right? And I think that changes so much of how we experience the world. When we can change our perceptions, instead of seeing somebody doing something and saying, you did that wrong. No, that doesn't go there. Whatever, do it again. That's, you know, but when you say, wow, I really like the choices you made here. This looks good. Yeah, I really like that. You know what? I think that one goes there. But other than that, it looks amazing. That's a whole other vibe, right? And to be able to change the way that we see things, experience things, feel things. Now, it doesn't all happen at once, but slowly getting those wheels turning, yes. And I feel like this with the Aeon card and just kind of what I know about you, Sagittarius, from all the readings I've done, which I've done a lot. Done a lot of Sagittarius readings. You know, the biggest thing is you're very capable. Probably almost to a fault, because you're the one that everybody trusts to get things done. And sometimes that's a little tiring, right? It's a lot to carry so much. That all being said, sometimes you really do struggle with your confidence, with believing in yourself, and really worrying about how other people feel about you. Okay? Now, you can sit there and say, I don't care what anybody thinks about me. I would say the same thing. But you know what? In my most quiet moments, yeah, I do. I do care what people think about me. You know, it's not going to change how I live all the time, right? Depending on who the person is. But of course, I'm affected by how people feel about me, just like we all are. And that's okay. And that's okay. But I feel like here the work really is about, building yourself up. Okay? Getting back into that place where you are feeling more confident. It is renewing, right? I feel like you are. You're going through a shedding right now. And it can feel almost like you've been a little bit stagnant. You know, like things are falling apart. You ever get that feeling where it's like, why is everything going wrong? Why am I disinterested in stuff I used to like? Why you know, all of a sudden I feel like I'm just I'm incapable of doing whatever. You know, my opportunities seem to be like going away. You're going through a shedding process, right? The old things are falling away to make room for what's next. Okay? And that's really the big thing. Now, your work is to get ready for that next thing. To make sure that you are in your best form so that you can meet it with all of that excellence that I know that you are, whatever. All right, let's see. We have the letter W. And it looks like it says wood. W-O-O-D. Okay? So could be elemental. It could be that something really is going on with the wood. Might be a reminder, hey, it's time to clean the wood with the wood cleaner. Speaking of, I need to do the cabinets in the kitchen. Oh my goodness. We also have a fireplace, or a pyre almost. It looks like a fire right there. Above it, within the smoke, I'm seeing more symbols. We also have a person standing here with their arm kind of raised like this and looking up towards those symbols. So, interesting. I believe that you are somebody who is innately able to divine. I think that you are somebody who could even, you know, do tarot cards, tea leaf reading, reading grains or corn or geomancy or pendulum, whatever. I mean, you could make up your own ways, right? All day long. There are endless ways to read. And this might be your calling. You know, this might be the thing that the universe is telling you. Hey, you have this gift. You know, you are composed in such a way that, yeah, you have probably more insight than most people. And so maybe if this is not the main thing that you've been working on, maybe this is something that you can begin kind of investigating for yourself. Finding something that might be helpful to grow your abilities. But there's no doubt you are somebody who sees things deeply. You see through whatever illusion or whatever kind of somebody is hiding, right? You can see right into the core of somebody, right? Or a situation. And so I feel like, you know, maybe you've always been kind of like a very intuitive person, or you just, like I said, you can read people really well. But I think that it's beyond that. I think that you're probably quite gifted psychically. And the universe wants to talk to you. So I would say maybe getting on the internet, if you don't already have a kind of chosen divination medium, and just looking at like the many different ways that you can be reading, okay? And just starting to try things out. Just start, you know, experimenting with it. All right, let's go ahead. We're going to do our 3 lucky numbers. 29, number 29, 67, 99. 99. All right. Looking at my hands, I always have so many little cuts and burns. I cook and I bake and I garden, but these aren't from that. I was learning how to curl my daughter's hair, and I don't know what I'm doing. There's so many different like hair devices now. So I ended up getting this like hair wand, and I didn't know. I was like, oh, wand, that sounds cool. And I didn't know it's like a curling iron, but it doesn't have the clamp thing, right? We all remember those old curling irons that you press down the thing and then it clamps your hair into place and whatever. So this one, it even comes with like a glove to wear while you're doing it so you don't burn yourself. Well, of course, I'm like, I'm not wearing that glove. And of course, I'm burning myself left and right on accident. And it was treacherous, let me just tell you. But I did figure it out. I did pretty well. My daughter said it looked good. She's also 4, so, you know. We're going to do our self-care affirmation cards. I'm going to flip through. I'm going to stop where it feels right. And it says, my body, my home. I'm at peace in my body. My body carries me through the world, and I celebrate it. I am at home, and I'm at home and fully present in my body. I'm at home and fully present in my body. All right, Sagittarius, I love you. If you want to like, subscribe, leave a comment, I'd love to hear from you. I appreciate you. Honestly, it means so much to me to be able to spend this time with you, bring you these messages. I do have a request. And then I have a little tear going down my cheek. My husband and I, shout out to my husband over at Dove and Serpent Tarot, we are getting to the end of The Sopranos. We actually only have like 1 or 2 episodes left. So really sad about that. But yeah, if you have any recommendations for like other shows, I had never seen The Sopranos. I didn't think that I was ever going to be into it. I really actually found it quite compelling for what it is, right? And so now I don't know what we're gonna watch next. I was thinking maybe like Dune. I've been waiting to watch the Dune series. And And I saw that Yellow Jackets has a new season coming out, and also Severance. So we have these, but none of it like sounds amazing, right? So if you have any amazing shows to watch, then let me know in the comments, because I gotta figure something out. We have, I think, 1.5 episodes, or maybe it's 2 left, I don't know. But yeah, that sucks. Every time you get to the end of a show, you're like, oh, what next? What am I gonna put on next? All right, Sagittarius, I love you. Take care of yourself. We're gonna talk soon. Good night, good night, good night.